Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Dungeons and Dice Masters. So we ran a very successful one-shot yesterday that ended very well, and you can watch it on our channel, where you usually find your weekly dose of D&DM. But aside from that, we're picking up this week again with our usual campaign, and everyone is pretty much here except for Kel, who's unfortunately having internet issues with power outages, sadly. But aside from that, we're all here, and we're all ready to go after a 2-week break. So let's dive straight back into it. So you guys, as a bit of a refresher, you guys had started in Joran Village, come across the need to root out some cultists. Taking up this quest, you journey to the Umbra Hills with some people to attempt to find these people, or at least an item or artifact where they may be heading towards. You instead found a ruin, and underneath said ruin was a very interesting magical entrapment chamber that seemed to keep whatever was within it alive for what seemed to be infinite. You're not quite sure, but definitely over 800 years, as the person that was in there was this female with bright red auburn hair, blue eyes, and slightly elvish features. After conversing with her, it appears that she had lost some of her memory. She didn't really remember too much, but she could tell you little bits and pieces about, such as where she's from, things like that. After discussion, you guys decided to try and get her out of there. And rather than using a key, which apparently was a sword, you decided to use your ingenuity and quite literally brought the house down. So after that, you released her, and a few moments went by, and she revealed herself and her true form of that of a great big, what appeared to be black dragon covered in shadows. Excuse me. She said that thank you, and she made it known that she owes you a favor, each of you, it seemed, and that her name was Tassar the Reaper. After that, she disappeared. You guys made your way back to the tavern in Joran Village, very popular tavern, to which much of your patronage has gone over the past number of sessions. And you guys decided to inform the Shademaster, and in doing so, a bit of conversing between, like, back and forth. Then you went back to the tavern, had a bit of a rave, and then decided to go back and investigate the house after finding a few things in the basement that perhaps you'd rather not have seen for some of you. And with Korovar as the main distractor, distracting the house sitter, whose name was Kayla. You then make your way back to the tavern, and shortly after perform a burial rite for Kayla, who died thanks to an assassin, apparently, of some unknown origin. And the only clue that you were given was that they are coming for the Shademaster for blood money. Not knowing what this means, you decided to take upon the rest of your quest in finding these cultists, or at least trying to find the Shademaster or this item, hopefully linking all three together somehow. You decided to go back to the Umbra Hills. Upon this journey, you encountered some interesting flying creatures with multicolored coats It seemed very, very beautiful coloured coats, but very strange antlered birds with weird incisors as teeth. With the battle ensuing, due to the fact that they wanted to eat you, there was a bit of a mishap with some magic, some stray magic, and after which a rogue avalanche began. You all decided to put foot and run and try and outrun this avalanche. Did not work, and where there was one death and one very close death within the party, your new companion being buried under the snow and unable to be revived. And upon doing so, some of you were left a little mentally and emotionally worse for wear. Korovar, currently face down in the snow after deflecting an avalanche, it seemed, somehow, though he believes of his own merit. Trixie, right next to him, just kind of in this blank onward stare. The rest of them, such as Bashra, excuse me, trying to first find and then help in whatever way he could the rest of the party. Adamus eventually following suit, as they needed less time to recuperate, but Fish and Kel definitely needed more looking after being buried under the intense heavy snow and being battered by the avalanche. You guys were all on the side of the mountain, and as you look down at what was Joran village is now just a landscape of white blanketed snow that covers the area. Korovar, for the next 3 days, you have disadvantage on all ability checks.
Oh, got it.
So, what would you like to do?
Well, let's go to the tavern, because, like... Okay, that
So
was a
we
joke,
just...
but...
Yeah, no, we leave the entire town in snow and we just dig up the tavern.
Yeah. I thought we defected it away from the town, so it didn't actually get hit. Did the town get hit?
What, you
It
deflected
did.
an avalanche?
Yeah, I thought Korovar did that. I thought he stopped it.
Oh, I stopped it.
himself.
I stopped it over myself.
Okay, cool. I honestly, in my head, thought he, like, stopped a full-on avalanche.
Yes.
And I was very impressed, and now less so.
I mean, we
Level 4
DM?
wizard, yes.
I believe where I left off, I was hugging Adamus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we actually pull Tarek out afterwards, or?
I believe you did. I believe Bashra had recovered him from the snow and he was lying there in the snow, which is why you were hugging Adamus.
And yeah, Animus had tried to cast Cure Wounds on him. Didn't work.
Oof.
Something just to note for everybody. Adamus is fairly beaten up, and you can see that on his neck there's like this massive scar that had been there before, but it's starting to kind of like pulsate with energy, and like it's fritzing. Just as a note.
Korovar's face down in the dirt, snoring.
Plink is currently...
Snow, excuse me.
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
I was face down in the snow. I said dirt, but snow, yeah.
Plink is currently huddled, hugging his chicken, panting because he was seconds away from dying, and he is not okay mentally right now.
Fish is gonna look over at Bastra. We can't leave him here. And I'll point over at Tarek.
Well, using the sending stone, I'll let Fish know when we're ready to move. I'll just carry him.
We'll just hold on to Adamus then. Man.
Can I see any kind of where we are currently? Is there a clear path towards anywhere that's shaded or covered or somewhere where you can rest?
Back from where Basha had come from, there is a large rock surface that sort of protrudes more than most of the slope here, which could provide some shelter.
I'll just start walking Fish over that way.
Yeah, okay.
I'm with Adamus, so.
Alright, so you both make your way up to this sort of portion of the rock that protrudes outward.
If we pass Koravar, I'ma just see if I can pick him up also.
Yeah, he's on the other side. He's in the other direction.
Maybe go pick him up first and then head out that way. I don't want to leave him out in the snow.
Alright. Easily enough you pick him up.
When you pick me up, I kind of curl into a ball and kind of.
Climb up to your shoulders just so you have both hands free.
Well, if we're all moving away, I'll try to, I guess I'll pick up Korvar, wherever's currently passed out. Probably just Korvar and Tarek's dead body. Carry him up where everybody's resting.
Trixie's still standing there, dead staring. I don't think he's put it into move. That effect hasn't worn off yet, as far as I know.
As Plink sees the crowd moving, he'll start heading that way, and if he passes Trixie, he'll try to nudge her along with S'more if she needs the support to lean on. We've got to go, Trixie. They're moving on.
If I remember, I'm under a condition, so I don't know where I currently stand, if I can even do anything.
If she shows any signs of not being able to move, I will have, with S'more's help, adjust her on to the back of him and carry her up towards where the crowd is. Carry him.
Yeah, he your condition by this point has ended.
In that case, he'll very quietly move up.
I'm assuming Kel follows as well.
Yeah, Kel will follow you. So you all make your way up to this portion of the rock in the snow there.
I'm just gonna climb down and start digging out little spots, either to sit or a spot to make a campfire, and just slowly start that trauma thing where you don't want to think about it, so you do something to keep your hands busy.
There's a lot of snow to shovel.
I got hands.
Depending on how this is going, how long this is going on, Corvar would kind of groggily coming to. Oh, I'll look around. Oh God, we're all still alive.
No, Corvar, no.
Oh, I would have seen Tarek. Oh.
Yeah, that. Wow.
I look over at. I know Trixie inadvertently calls the avalanche and was nearest to me whenever. Or I look for Trixie because I know she was nearest, or he was nearest to me. Whenever I cast that spell, is it? And Trixie, are you okay?
This was my fault. This one is entirely my brain. I'm starting to wonder if maybe I shouldn't be around people.
I don't think this was your fault. Quite honestly, it was a bird's fault for dodging, but I am not good in these situations.
We were in a dangerous land.
With that, Korvar kind of walks away and then kind of feels the soreness and everything on his person, and kind of feeling the mental pathways kind of fried. Just looks around, takes a deep breath, and pukes.
Yeah. I'm not going to describe that.
Trixie sort of moves as far away from the body as he sort of can while still being in the campsite area that we're creating, and is just avoiding eye contact with everyone.
Anois will go over and sit with Trixie.
There's no response or anything. He's just staring with a purpose ahead, just lost in his thoughts.
Whenever Korvar composes himself, are we taking a short rest here? Are we continuing in further to the Umber Hills? Are we burying Tarek here? Are we taking him back to the village, or what's the plan now?
As you mention it, Plink's gonna kind of tap on you and point towards the village. I assume we're on the mountain. We can still see down it, correct?
Yeah.
He's gonna point down there and he's gonna go, Corval, look.
Oh. Okay, so we're not going to the village anymore. Well,
I need to rest. I can't go further. I'm sorry. I need to rest. You need to rest. What the fuck was that?
what was what?
You fucking the bubble and your face in the ground and you survived.
100% concentrated power of will.
Oh, fucking
Insight check.
That's a big asset.
I would like to insight check that, please.
You can make an insight check.
Can I make one as well?
I want to know how this
I
works.
think he's lying.
Sure.
15.
Son of a bitch.
I'm a curious little goblin. I need to know how things work. You say it's concentrated power of will. I need to know if that's the truth.
22. As an artificer, I don't believe in concentrated power or will. I believe in elbow grease.
Yeah. I rolled a 10.
Well,
Wait, I should have rolled that with disadvantage too, so that's... Yeah.
while you guys are busy doing that, I'm going to go ahead and strip Tarek's body of anything useful. Get ready to bury him.
Even worse.
If that's enough for Trixie to turn around and say, just leave him alone. Just don't touch him, don't take anything. Just leave him alone. We've already done enough damage. I've already done enough damage.
Okay. So Enros will turn to you, and this is probably not the right time to do this, but shit happens, so shit happened. Gonna turn to you. It's not your fault. Shit like this happens all the time.
Oh, I know that stuff like this happens. This isn't the first time I've killed someone. This is just the first time I've killed someone without meaning to.
Oh, wait.
Right? So you know it's not your
Oh,
fault.
you know what? Yeah, Connor, no!
What?
Oh, he's just gonna kind of glare up at you. Hmm.
What's your problem?
You didn't fucking sound like that 10 minutes ago.
This happens sometimes. My voice changes.
Oh, what I wouldn't give to take you apart and put you back together. Holy shit, what
Really
makes you
not
work?
the time, Link. And I'm gonna start gathering sticks and firewood for a campfire.
Korra.
If I can find anything.
Okay. Korra, what are you wearing? Is it like long sleeve robes?
Underneath a leather duster, like full sleeve duster with fur around the collar and cuffs. A simple like tunic shirt, cloth pants, and boots, like knee high boots.
Okay. You feel a slight tingle in your left arm. It's sort of like when you get like a blood rush kind of feeling. And it kind of like goes down your entire arm and then seems to run back up and stop at your bicep.
Heart attack, guys. That's how they start.
I just start kind of stretching my arm and kind of. This is like a tingling, right? It's not like a burning,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, just kind of. I probably landed on it wrong when I passed out, so I just kind of stretched it and just kind of constantly, kind of like make sure I still have all dexterity in my fingers and everything.
The arm works fine, yeah.
Nothing to see there. As I kind of watch everyone kind of doing what they're doing, are we taking a little bit of a short rest here? No one really answered my question. Are we burying Tarek here? Well, we're not going to the village. Are we continuing into the Umbra Hills? Are we heading to Westruun? What are we doing?
As I'm gathering firewood, I just kind of look up and be like, nah. I need to sleep. And then I keep gathering firewood.
Okay. There's not a lot of firewood up here. In fact, there aren't many trees at all on the mountainside. Most you find.
I find whatever I
just
can,
dirt.
whether it's like parrot and fur or like anything flammable that I could possibly start a fire with.
Well,
Otherwise, I start ripping out pages of my notebook.
The Peritons, not that you know what they are up on the top of the mountain.
Well, I mean, you know, shedding?
Avalanche.
I wouldn't know, so I'm trying to find whatever I can. And if I can't, I'll make do with what I got.
Mm-hmm.
About what time is it, DM? Like during the day?
Oh, what a question. I think you guys had slept and then continued, and it was that day, so I think it would be about 10. I want to say.
What time again for me?
About 10, I think.
I'll look down at.
Hey,
I believe it's still really early. It's a little too early to sleep. Maybe we should not set up any type of campsite up here on top of the mountain. We don't know if those birds are coming back or if there are more like them.
My bones ache, and there's not much I can do today.
And I'm hurting pretty well too, and I'm pretty sure others are, but I still don't think it's a good idea to sleep at 10 a.m. and in the middle of open. Now, maybe if we're not going any further into the Umber Hills, backtrack down, maybe try to see if there are any survivors of Jorhan. If I said that right, I'm sorry. Jurin, excuse me. Yeah, if maybe we should head back down to Jurin to see if there's anything left, or push on to find the nearest settlement outside of the Umber Hills. But I don't think resting here right now is a good idea.
I mean, I don't really need a camp. I was just trying to help you guys, but I'm gonna try to sleep regardless. I'll see you on the other side. And I climb up into Bosher's backpack, and I go to bed.
Korovar, I'm with you. Going over to see if there's survivors is a good idea.
Yeah. I look down at Joran Village and back over Adamus. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot. But getting off this mountain out in I'm guessing we're in general open kind of mountainside, right? Yeah, I kind of want to get out from the open. I do feel that at least a short rest or something is in order, but just not here.
I don't know where else to go.
Yeah, I don't. I actually, DM, based on Korvar doing a little bit of research about coming to the Umber Hills, would he know of any other settlement relatively close by in relation to Joran?
You know that the main sort of, I guess, civilization nearest to Joran would be the city of Westruun, which is quite far south of where you currently are. There's no real minor settlements or anything between that.
And quite far, as far as like a few days of travel, a few weeks, just relative.
For Joran to Westruun. Actually, I've got that down here. It's more or less 9 days on horseback.
Adamus, I'm sorry, I'm still a little out of it from what happened. Nearest settlement from here is 9 days, so unless we can find anyone or any type of shelter in what's left of Joran Village, we got a little bit of a hike. I don't know. I look back at the rest of the party members, with the exception of Bashra. Everyone else looks kind of tore up about Mr. Tarek. So, what do you think?
I think they need time I think that we also have a job to do. I don't think going to another place is going to help anything.
Talking about the cultist.
Yes.
Then that's deeper into the Umber Hills.
Yes.
Okay. Let's I think I talked to you about this last time with Kayla. That I don't know how to interact in situations like this. I don't know what to say to them. And
I
I've
think
mentioned go ahead.
I really don't think that it matters what you say to them. I think it's more that you're there at all that matters.
Okay. I hate public speaking. I go and
Really? But you're very good at it.
it doesn't mean I like it. I go and look at Bashra stripping Tarek and Trixie looking kind of pissed off at that, and I'm gonna go over here and sit down and take a short rest, guys.
Okay. You're welcome to take a short rest if you like.
Do we think that going down to Joran Village and seeing if there's survivors or people that need help is a good option?
It's what I want to do.
I will go with you if you go.
Before we get into the short rest, I mean, if you're going down to Joran, I will go too. I just don't know what to say in situations like this. I mean, I don't know if they're burying Tarek or not.
I tried, but I got told to leave him alone. So Bashra would have just looked at everyone and been like, okay.
Bashra, do you want to come help with us?
Sure.
Trixie, since you, while misplaced, you feel most responsible for this. What do you want to do with Tarek's body? Do you want to bury him here and leave a small memorial, or do you want to carry it down to Joran? But we do need to move. We are relatively exposed here on the side of the mountain.
It's not like I knew the guy. Never even really spoke to him. I have no idea what you would have wanted in this situation. I just know that he should be able to rest in peace. And we shouldn't go on ahead and loot anything from him or anything. We should just give him the respect that he deserves. Where he's buried doesn't matter. He's already dead. It's not like he's going to care.
Animus will just tap Bashra and just start digging exactly where we're standing until there's a grave dug.
Yeah. That works. I'll be happy to. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'll be happy to assist digging a grave. Completely confused on why they wouldn't strip a body of useful parts.
Maybe possibly seems a little. Wait, did you say that out loud, or that was just you like remarking on the situation?
Internally, yeah.
Yeah, never mind then.
And then once the grave is dug, I think just doing respectful body drop, covering it over, and then heading down.
Well, the grave itself, given your current tools, take probably a good portion of half hour to dig with all of you, or those that are wanting to help, and but you can do it, and you'll get through the snow, and then you'll get through the ground underneath, which is fairly compact dirt and gravel because it's the side of the mountain, but you'd managed to do so. Yeah.
Okay. And then once the grave is dug, he's buried, we've laid the dirt over it, I'm just going to mark the grave with the fort that he gave Fish. Just grabbing that from the bag.
Whenever you had finished marking over and everything, Corvar is racked with a little bit of a coughing fit, and kind of those closest to him would see like a hand kind of almost coated in blood.
You injured?
Nothing on the outside.
Animus will take your hand and cast Cure Wounds on you anyway.
I don't. It's fine. I'm not hurt. It's just I feel a little lung down from the exertion. I'm fine. Thank you.
And he'll just kind of offer you his shoulder if you need weight.
Thank you. I do put my hand just kind of there, but just over the next few hours, especially going down to Jorhan, Corvar is coughing a lot.
Yeah, no, 100% casting Cure Wounds on you. Sorry.
Okay.
What's your problem? It will not let me do that. So it's 1d8 plus 4. So if you need it, even if you don't, it's 12.
Thank you. I make a show of standing up a little straighter just for Adamus, but I'm still coughing. Let's sorry, let's make our way down to the village.
Are you guys heading down?
Yeah, Trixie will just wordlessly start heading down just as soon as the body's buried.
I'd say that you managed to finish the burial rite with Tarek in the ground, covering you up with the dirt and the snow that you had removed. So you start making your way down. Okay. So from where you are, it's a little bit of a walk, and a little bit more difficult from the walk up, as there's no exact path right now to follow down the mountain. It's kind of just do your best. So you start making your way down, and you realize that a lot of you have these sort of slight frostburn marks on your limbs, like your arms, your face, your legs. They're painful to touch, but it's kind of what comes with the nature of an avalanche, and it hurts to walk a little bit, but you do manage to make your way slowly down the mountain. It takes you the better part of, let's say, based on where you are, better part of half a day to get down the side of the mountain. It's you did a lot of walking, a lot of running, but a lot of walking. Quicker than the uphill, but still a trek. And it's about duskish, just sort of going on sunset by the time you get to the bottom. And excuse me, you reach, like clambering over some rocks and stuff where the snow is piled over. You reach the same level as Joran village, or where it once stood, where you can see the snow has completely, at a slanted embankment, just coated Joran village. The only thing that you can really see is some of the outskirt houses that have been smashed in completely, with a couple planks sort of just poking out the snow on, you know, the far side of the village. Based on where you're standing, excuse me, you can more or less piece together where's where. You guys are currently standing on like the Shade Master's house side, and you are familiar enough with the tavern to know where it was, roughly, within the snow. You start making your way through it a little bit, just sort of walking on the edges. In that movement, I believe Adamus and Kel would both notice movement in the snow. Just a slight wriggling in one of the patches of snow near near one of the houses that had completely collapsed inwards from the avalanche, and there's boards in pieces everywhere. Sort of within that, there's this slightly moving snow.
I will run to it.
Alright, you run over.
Start digging.
Alright, you start digging through the snow. As you keep doing so, you feel more and more that there's something down there. And then to your surprise, a small red hand shoots through the snow and grabs your arm.
Pull him.
You pull him up, and it looks to be, well, Ethan, would you like to describe your character? Ethan.
I think he's frozen.
He's frozen.
He looks angry.
Both on the computer and in game, he's frozen.
Wow.
That's yeah.
Okay, so
I know you're saying that he had some Discord issues.
ouch.
Oh no.
Blue, sorry. Blue
Perfect
hand.
timing, Discord.
I forget, he's a blue kobold. As you pull him out of the snow, I believe he's wearing basically like robes. You didn't actually give me a full description, so I can't give you a lot, but it's a blue kobold that is grabbing onto your arm as you pull it out from the snow. There he is.
Who just pulled you from the snow?
He's alive!
Describe my character, DM. Sorry, I just...
Yeah, describe your character. Maybe if you're having issues, turn your video off. That might help. I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Me-
That's it.
Yeah, I'm probably going to do that. So he's wearing full scale mail. He's kind of got a blue paisley waistcoat. He's wearing over scale mail. Hello?
Yeah. Discord's frozen from the avalanche. Not good.
The avalanche killed everything. It killed everyone. We're alone in the world.
Oh no.
Except for me.
This was the only village in existence, guys.
I just got the world's largest refrigerator. All the meat.
which wasn't clarified too earlier. I know we said we could have taken a short rest. Did we actually take a short rest during the whole burial of Tarek, or did we not? Before I update my sheet.
If you'd like to, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna use Arcane Recovery.
Okay.
Which means, because I've been in the backpack, have I gotten a long rest?
I'm back.
I'd say so, sure. Alright, Derek, would you like to resume describing your character?
Yeah, sorry. So, with the scale mail, he's kind of wearing a blue paisley waistcoat with a black scarf around his neck tucked in. He's wearing a hat which kind of looks like a plague doctor's hat. On his back is a big backpack with a chest onto it. He has an axe, a hand crossbow, a couple of daggers. But at the moment, he looks pretty much dead. Oh, and he's wearing a really thick brown gloves with a ring over one of the gloves. I'm alive.
Adamus.
Mm-hmm.
He says, okay. Just pulled him from the snow.
Sorry, I didn't hear what he said. Did he say something to me?
Yeah, he said, I'm alive.
Oh, okay, sorry. Getting a lot of cutting. Sorry. Well, that's good to hear. Do you know if anyone else is alive?
Where's Cam?
Who's that?
He was standing right next to me. Where is she? And it starts to try and get up, but he obviously looks too weak to stone.
I'll start digging.
She was right.
Adamus, what did you find over there?
A weak creature. You want to have a look?
Yeah. Oh. I look over at Bashra. Friends of yours?
No.
Who are you people? What are you doing? Where am I?
You're in
I'll be back in a few minutes.
You're in what remains of Durham Village.
But it was fine a second ago.
And then an avalanche hit it.
And how come you guys aren't dead? It seems to have wrecked the rest of the place.
We weren't in the village at the
Magic
time.
backpack.
He's kind of just looking around, very confused, very scared, obviously.
Do I find anything digging up the area next to him?
No. Just snow and wood.
How's everyone else doing? Did anyone else find anyone else?
No.
Well, I haven't been digging. I've been watching this entire exchange.
Gotcha.
Just curious.
There are trees exposed. Right?
Who?
When you described the village, did you say there are any chimneys exposed?
No.
Can we make any vague outlines of like buildings and stuff, or is it completely snow covered?
It's completely snow covered, aside from the
Oh,
very
boy.
edge where you are.
Huh.
I don't think there's going to be anyone else.
No. She can't be dead. She was right here.
I'm not gonna lie to you, little one. Seems to be a lot of that going on here lately.
No. And he starts like frantically running around the village, shouting the name, and starting to dig little places, and then frantically getting upset that he's not really getting anywhere and starting moving to another place.
Little one. I don't know if you gave your name or if I didn't hear it. I apologize, but I don't think you're going to be able to do very much. This place has been buried for at least a couple hours now. If it hit your friend, I let their soul go into the hereafter.
You kind of see him. He looks at you, and tears start to well in his eyes. He kind of just dropped to his knees with his head down. He starts to cry slowly.
I know that feeling.
Yeah, I'll jump
Right.
off of Batra and I'll walk over and hug him.
He hugs you back. My name's Takbo.
I'm Fish.
Hi.
I'm sorry we met this way, but it is really nice to meet you.
It's okay.
Just out of curiosity, how tall is Takbo?
Like 3'2".
We have 3 little ones now.
I was just thinking that. I was like, Army of the Small.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I barely come up to Takbo's shoulder. Yeah.
Right.
Looking around the village, Adam, as our conversation earlier, I don't. If the Shade Master isn't here and the town is gone, does the town really have a problem with cultists?
The Shade Master still hired us to do it. I think it was more something that she needed done, and she's not dead because she wasn't here for the avalanche. So I think we're still under contract.
Okay. So we dig out a little place to rest for the evening, and then I guess start back out into the Umber Hills to see if we can find any trace of the cult. Everyone, is that Takbo? I don't know what your plans are, but everyone else, is that a reasonable plan or what? Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I kind of need a sense of direction right now.
If you don't think that it's necessary to continue with the mission, that's understandable, but in my head, we're still on a job.
No, and I agree too, but I'll be honest with you, this is the first time I've traveled with a group of people in a very long time, and as much as I hate to admit it, I actually kind of like some of you, and I like traveling with you. And I kind of want to prolong that for as long as I can, if that means going back into the Umber Hills, or going over to or the lead, which is Westruun. I'm fine with it. I just want to know what everyone thinks, and I thank you for at least letting me know what you thought, Adamus.
I don't think we're prepared enough for the Umber Hills.
I think the Umber Hills will always be there, but our lead in Westruun will continue to move.
I don't know where I'm going. Cam made all the plans.
Don't be silly. You're coming with us.
Why would I?
I mean, there's power in numbers.
Do you kill undead?
I think we kind of
kill a lot of things.
Well, I was going to say, I think we kill whatever gets in our way.
Because I kill undead.
Tarek wasn't in our way, and he's dead.
I guess I've got no one else at the moment, and I don't want to travel alone. Okay, you say you're going to Westruun.
That's our only other lead. Which I apologize, Tack, but I know you've gone through a lot. What brought you to Joran?
We were moving around, place to place. Our kind aren't really accepted in many places for very long. We were just seeing if there's any undead problems and seeing if we could deal with them. That's what I've been doing for a few years now. Just killing undead.
Are you opposed to killing anything else besides undead?
Well, if it tries to kill me, I'm very willing to kill it. It's just
Some
it'd be
reason-
better if it's dead for
For some reason, for some reason, Tacbo, I feel a kinship with what you just said.
I mean, preferably undead, but I don't mind if it's not.
I like you.
You know, he takes like a massive step back from Takbo when he mentions that he'll kill anything that attempts to kill him, feeling kind of guilty.
Alright. Yeah, none of you are undead, though.
Not yet.
He says,
Nope.
kind of looking around.
Still coughing up blood. I don't think undead do that.
Okay.
At the very least,
But
you're welcome to
if
join
I
us
could-
until we get to the next town.
Yes, please. I don't want to be alone.
I'm gonna
Go ahead.
walk off with Kel and try to find a good place to dig up and make camp, so we can start making progress on that.
The sun is setting.
Bosser, what are your thoughts on this? Are you willing to go to Westruun, or do you want to do your own thing?
I'll go to Westruun.
Corvar takes a big sigh of relief, kind of. Good to have you with us.
Yeah, you lose Basha, you lose fish.
Everything's dead here. No point staying.
I don't exactly know if I'm someone who's safe to be around, judging by what happened today.
Trixie, if you're gonna let one bad moment with a spell stop you from moving forward, then you might as well just give up on anything ever. Because if I could tell you all the times I've had a spell blow up in my face, we'd be here all day. It is unfortunate,
I mean,
but
whenever you've got a day, I'm willing to listen.
I kind of pat Fish's head a little bit, just kind of ruffle.
What did he mean? What he did? He says, kind of pointing over to Trix.
Trixie didn't do anything, Takbo. Trixie was trying to save us from a bunch of flying creatures, and the creature dodged. It was too fast. Trixie missed with her spell, or with his spell, and that happens. Someone died because of it.
Why do they feel responsible? They just missed. Happens a lot.
Oh.
Because when I missed, I caused the avalanche. Your friend is dead because of me.
Yeah. I was trying not to say that, Trixie.
Kind of looks over.
With that, he's going to storm off in the other direction and try and see if he can meet up with mate camp or something.
Did he mean to?
No, Takbo. That was an accident.
Then I feel bad for him.
I feel bad for the person that Trixie unleashes that anger and pent-up frustration on. But yeah, I would go and help to see what Fish and Kale, if they needed anything from me to help set up the camp for the night.
probably not going to be a great camp, because, I mean, we're camping on a lot of snow, and it's pretty open.
Got plenty of firewood though.
It'll do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to help out, just to kind of like Trixie said earlier, just menial task or just something to kind of concentrate on to kind of mind forget for a little bit. So I'd help gather firewood and maybe set a fire.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna ask Kel and Trixie to go take care of firewood, because I wanted to talk to Korvar, because I wanted to work on something with him.
Okay. Well, at the very least, Kel goes and starts collecting firewood and stuff.
You needed something, Fish? You didn't want me collecting firewood?
I want to do something to make everybody feel okay, but I don't have a lot of magic.
Yeah, neither do I, to be completely honest with you. But how can I help you?
Is there anything that we can do to brighten their spirits, just a little bit? I can make an illusion, but it's not gonna be much.
I mean, I can summon 4 little globules of light and make them dance for everyone, but I don't really have much either. And I don't think doing another rave will brighten anyone's spirits this time. If you want to help brighten spirits, I'm not very good at this, but maybe there's something you can do if you're game for it.
Yeah?
Well, I don't know much about hunting or procuring food out in the wilderness and with a town underneath us, but even in the worst of cases, in the worst of environments, a hearty, hot meal and a good fire and wine will always help. Maybe we could try to find some of that.
I got this. And I'm gonna run over and find Bashra.
Well, I'm
We gotta
currently
find
meandering. Oh. What type of food?
Big, warm food. That's what Korvar said.
I can do that.
Let's do this, and I'll climb on his back so we can go hunting.
Could I walk up to Bashra?
Real fast, just one little tidbit. As Fish runs away, Corvo's like still talking, like, I'll just stay here and talk to myself. That's cool.
Is it okay if I go up to Bashra before just Fish climbs into his backpack? And I'm saying draconic. Isaac.
Say what? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
It's axe.
Axe.
Yeah.
I don't think I have an axe.
Ah. Blind. You look like you can fight, though. Can you?
Ned,
You good?
give him a quizzical look. All
You any
lizard
good?
folk fight.
You any good?
I'm not dead. Everything else
He's
is.
the best.
This 3-foot lizard folk is gonna look you up and down. Not lizard folk. This 3-foot kobold's gonna look you up and down. Take a big sniff and go, reckon I could take you. And then walk off.
Are you challenging me?
Not right now. I'm not doing too good, but when you're up for it, yeah.
Was Korvar anywhere near this conversation? Please, for the love of God,
the thrills on the
Korvar
back of my
was-
head go up, and they go red for a minute, and I stare at
Wait,
him.
not Not to death.
And
I mean,
growl?
like a spot.
You can be food.
Okay. I'm going to walk away now.
Buster, he won't feed everybody. We gotta feed everybody. Come on, buddy. And I'll point over to the wood, like over.
Shake my head a bit.
Food.
I'm gonna run
Go
off
look
and
for
hide
something to eat.
DM, was Korvar anywhere near this, please?
I reckon you could see the conversation happening, but you couldn't hear it.
Can I make a disadvantage perception check, please?
Sure.
Damn it.
That's a no. It's a no from me.
Yeah, this my neck itches really weird. Like I missed something very cool and very important, but I go back and just kind of standing by myself, waiting for everyone to come back to the campsite.
All right. Eventually, Kel does bring back armfuls of wood. Mostly, you can see consists of planks from whatever residential building was underneath the snow. She sort of dusts off the snow there and puts them in a pile and starts clearing a bit of sort of, basically making a clearing for you guys to set up actual camp. And she starts lighting the fire.
offered to help with like just so I'm helpful.
What was that?
You give a hand with setting up with the camp and light the campfire, just so Takbo thinks he's helping out in any way.
Yeah, you sort of stand there like a toddler does when the adults are making the campfire. Yeah.
I'm help.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to see if I can. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna try to see if I can hunt something nearby or find some food.
Okay. Well, I think Fish is going with you, right?
Yep.
So.
I mean.
Yeah, Fish is going with me.
I wasn't part of that conversation, so I won't join.
Yeah. Make a survival check, either at advantage for one of you or two separate rolls.
What do you want to do, buddy?
If you don't mind, just advantage. Try to keep it simple. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I'll take the 21.
Yeah, there we go.
So around this area, you travel for maybe about half an hour before you eventually come to what looks like fairly decent hunting grounds. Following some tracks, you do manage to find a number of wolves that you're able to hunt and bring back to the camp. The sun does set by the time you get back there.
Okay.
Trixie, what are you doing?
He's just sort of gone away from everyone else. He's just taking some time to himself. Maybe has a breakdown and a bit of a cry. Smudges his eyeliner, and then eventually composes himself again, and then just rejoins the rest of the group.
Okay.
Quietly on the outskirts.
So eventually, by the time that the fire is made and the wolves are brought back to be skinned and stuff, you rejoin everyone. You all sit down to a wolf meal. Wolf meat meal.
Trixie doesn't really eat it. He just sticks to his own rations.
Okay.
Are these like just standard wolves or like dire wolves? Like how big are they?
Definitely standard wolves. Yeah. But yeah, it satiates you for the evening, and it's strange now, sitting where you guys are, surrounded by snow, given that you know where it came from and what's buried underneath it, simply meters away from you. The surrounding snow just sort of around your party starts to melt a little bit as the warmth of the fire and the body heat heats up. But eventually, you guys turn in for the night.
If it's okay, about an hour before we actually kind of go to sleep, I just want to kind of sit there and commune with that connection, that mode of energy inside my chest, and just kind of let feelings of thanks kind of flow the opposite way. I know I can feel rage coming, but feelings of thanks and a feeling of let me borrow your strength and I will repay it when I get stronger. Those type of kind of emotes, and I kind of want to concentrate on that, kind of sending this feeling of thankfulness for once instead of just pulling.
Yep. Okay. Do you take your vestments off at all, Gorba, during the evening?
If we don't have nothing but a fire, just judging by the situation, I think I would kind of curl up inside my coat. But I don't think I would have any reason to take my coat off to go to sleep, and it's too cold.
Okay. Alright. So, you guys find rest for the evening. Curling up for warmth near the fire. It's going to be a cold one. Fortunately, you do have a fire for the moment. Until it dies, at least. You all recover a long rest. By the time the sun wakes you up, piercing through the slightly grey clouds that loom in pieces above in the sky, you all feel this uncomfortable feeling. And it's a feeling you all felt before. In fact, a couple days before, when you left for the Umber Hills, your night in the tavern. This feeling of biting cold and damp. As you come to and you sit up, you realize that half your clothes are soaked. And as you look around, the fire is completely out, and you see a lot more of the town that was once Jorn Village. Basically, all the outskirt residential buildings, as well as a couple other abandoned buildings that once were, are basically the same image, completely just smashed in from the avalanche in pieces, strewn across the floor, maybe 10 meters or so. Others just sort of in a shamble in one spot. But it's been revealed as you realize that the temperature down here is not quite cold enough to maintain the ice that had fallen down at this level, and so the entire area is now this sort of marshy, wet landscape. The mud has gone thick. There's still a layer of snow that coats the majority of the mountainside half of the village, but the rest of it's just completely saturated.
Tagbo, on seeing that the snow is cleared, he's going to look for his friend's body.
He is also going to go and help him look for anyone.
Alright, I'd like you guys to make perception checks or investigation checks, up to you. Solid. What are the rest of you doing?
Corvar will actually do two things real fast. One, he's going to try the hat that Plink gave him. And per the hat and what I was told, if I make a successful DC 10 intelligence check, I can cast a cantrip that I've never used before. I would like to cast Prestidigitation to clean myself up.
Okay. Did you make the check?
No, I wanted to say that first.
Yeah, big oof on those three, on those numbers, the 3 and the 4.
So I do. Go ahead.
Alright, so you cast Prestidigitation. You notice a number of scuff marks and dirt completely leave your clothes, your attire, and your body. Still saturated.
And yeah. Well, I'm a little kind of wringing out some of the wetness and everything. Does my my arm still hurt at all? Like any feeling is returned, or does it still feel kind of weird?
It feels fine now.
Okay. I cough up a little more blood. Kind of. I take off my my duster for a moment, just kind of in an attempt to do some more stretches to make sure there's no weird injury or anything, to make sure I still have full range of motion. Kind of check out my my left arm, just kind of stretch and move it around.
Okay. But you take off the duster.
Yeah, the leather coat duster. I call it duster, but the leather coat that I was wearing.
Oh, I see. Does that reveal your arm?
Yeah, because I would only be wearing like a little simple like cloth tunic shirt underneath it.
Right. You notice something on your arm that you've never had that before. Sort of right on the edge, on the outside there, and it seems to be some sort of imagery or picture that has appeared on your skin. It's given that you're a dark elf and you're definitely more dark skinned. This image comes up as like a pale white, and it's kind of upside down as you look at it, but as far as you can tell, it looks like 2 wings and a gem in the center.
Correspond to anything I've ever seen before in the past or anything similar?
You can make me a history check.
Another 12.
It doesn't seem familiar. It looks similar to something you've seen, but it doesn't match.
Okay. I will just kind of glance around and take a minute. I pull the duster back on, wipe a little more blood off my face, and just kind of and so we are we ready to go to Westruun?
Fish is gonna take the wolf pelt from our kill last night and line the inside of Bosch's backpack with it. And then he's gonna take off his little rag dress and tie it to the outside of the backpack for it to dry, and then just butt naked curl up inside the backpack to stay warm.
Okay, well, there are a couple things wrong with that. First off, being that it's a freshly skinned wolf skin that's not tanned, not cleaned, probably butchered, given Bashar's skills with that. And There's just so much wrong with that.
Yeah, I'm a goblin. It doesn't bother me.
Sure.
Oh no. And we can't get him to take a bath either.
In the meantime, Trixie and Takbo, you start making your way around the half of the remnants of the town, having a look for any bodies or any semblance of life or what once was life within this town. You come across a couple bodies, but none familiar. These bodies are all frozen up and rigid, with like frostburn marks all over their body, completely pale.
Is there no chance of like being able to pick them up or anything?
You can pick them up. It's gonna be like lifting an awkward board, though.
He's going to go on ahead and sort of just line them up as he goes, nice and straightened.
Okay. During this, you find about three bodies.
Observing Trixie doing this, Takbo's going to go over to him and in Infernal say, "Do you need any help? Do you need any help?"
These people shouldn't just have to lay here. They should be able to be put to rest. But we don't have the time.
I know. I want to look for my friend, but we don't have the time. I don't know if they're dead. They probably are, looking around. But I don't know. I'd just rather find the body and know.
Well, as long as there's no body, there's still a chance.
They're most likely dead. I only survived, I believe, because I wear a ring that keeps me warm. I don't think I would be here if I didn't have that on.
I suppose when everything is done, we can always come back. We can bury everyone.
You should help. He says, I'm looking at you, and it's not anger, but it is like he's giving you a look of like the responsibility.
I was fully intending on making sure that everyone got a proper resting place.
Tekbo kind of places a hand like as close to your shoulder as a 3-foot thing can, and goes, "You didn't mean to, but it still happened. All you can do now is try to make up for it. I'm talking from experience." And he kind of walks off, looking as if he was about to cry when he said that, and then walks off.
He will take a moment and will pay his respects to the 3 corpses, and then we'll follow.
Okay. So you rejoin the group. The town disheveled, destroyed, half buried now. Marshland with the mud sinking. You're sinking into the mud about half your foot's width, half your foot's length in just really sticky terrain. It's really awful. It's basically just marshland at this stage. There's so much water has melted away into the land here. It's quite the destructive zone that you see, like a wasteland or battlefield that has happened. Kind of unnerving. But the day is yours.
Which way is Westruun?
South.
That away, little fish.
Onward, that away.
So you guys moving out?
Yeah, I'll take lead if nobody else wants to. To be honest, a lot of this so far has been me wondering why we were still here. Basher doesn't understand the concept of burying your dead or taking all this extra steps, so he's just been kind of waiting.
Okay. What pace are you guys traveling at?
Normal, I assume.
Probably keeping a good pace, but try not to outdistance anyone.
But you as a group?
Trixie will be taking up the rear.
Animus will wild shape into a horse just so that anyone who needs a Korvar can sit and not have to walk too far.
Okay.
Although this is going to be a couple of days worth of journey, so.
This is going to be more than a couple.
During the war, Takbo's going to look round and go, I don't mean to be rude, but I don't know most of you guys' names. I know Fish, and some of you guys have called each other names, but I got confused.
Adams is already in horse form, so cannot say things.
Fish
Nice
will just
to
kind
meet
of.
you.
Fish will peer out when the horse makes a noise and go, "That's Adamus."
I'm
But you can
Takbo.
call me.
Atlas is an odd name, but I like it.
Basher pretty much ignores him.
This Bashra
Hi!
in the
Naked
back.
form.
In the back is Trixie. On Adamus's Korrivar. On the chicken is. I just introduce everybody.
While standing
Right.
in the backpack, half naked.
Well, like
Yep.
I said, I peer my head out to like point around and like so he knows which one is which. And as soon as my clothes are dry, I'll get dressed. But
in Goblin, I say thank you for helping me.
Wow, you
I
know a
just
lot of
kind of
languages.
like squint at him awkwardly.
Adamus will go over to Trixie and just kind of nudge him on the shoulder.
Trixie will quite violently move away so that he doesn't get touched.
He's offering you a ride.
I don't do well with being touched normally. Right now, even less so. I just need my space. I'll be fine.
So, you guys continue your journey towards Westruun. For the day, for the week, it's gonna take you. It's gonna take you 15 days to get to Westruun.
Damn. a whole lot of honey.
That's closer.
There's nowhere that's closer that you know of.
I have a question.
Yes?
During these 15 days,
Yeah.
do I make any progress on the double-bladed scimitar? Get out!
If you guys want to have some downtime activities during the 15 days of traveling, let me know. You can attempt to make progress with the double-sided scimitar every day.
Cool.
If you wish.
I would like to, yeah.
Alright.
I will
You're
make
not-
sketches every night at camp based on everything that happened and what we saw, so as we don't forget. And I would also like to continue practicing my Draconic with Bashra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every night, I'd like to write in my book just about big entry.
Okay.
On about the third or fourth evening, Trixie takes off a little bit on his own, and he sort of sits down cross-legged, and he says, "I know you can hear me. The powers that you have granted me have killed an innocent person. I wasn't prepared to listen to you. I stopped listening. If this is punishment for not listening, I am sorry. These people do not deserve to die because I didn't listen. If you would just grant me another chance, these people are not going to die because of me. No one else is going to die because of me. Unless it's part of my revenge." He'll wait a second and he'll see if he gets a response, and then if he gets nothing, he'll get up and rejoin the rope.
Okay. So that evening, as you guys fall asleep on the road and sort of tucked away from the path, you guys make camp. Trixie, you start to dream. And usually for you, dreams come as nightmares. Terrible, haunted nightmares that don't grant you much sleep. This one is different. It starts off with silence, and then a warm breeze. And within the warm breeze and the black of your mind space, a figure appears. Though silhouetted, you can't really make out any details. And it stands there in front of you for what feels like forever. And you try and speak, but you can't say anything. You try and move, but you go nowhere. It's a weird space, it's a weird dream where you try and will your body and nothing listens. And as that warm breeze passes over you, a greenish brown aura fills the horizon. And you hear this voice speak to you. And it says, "Learn." And the dream fades. And you wake up for the full.
Sorry, I missed what he said. I missed what he said. I didn't hear anything then.
It says, "Learn." Did you get it that time? Still not
No,
clear?
your mic's not picking up.
Okay. Let me try something. change it to push to talk. Alright. Do you get that time? Okay. And the dream fades, and you wake up for the 4th day. So, continuing on your journey. Yeah, whatever you guys wish to do for your downtime, you can work on for the next 15 days. And we'll I was trying to wait till Carvo got back, but he's not back yet, so we're gonna take a break now, and we'll pick this back up. And if you guys have anything you want to do, message me and we'll review it when we pick it back up after the break. Alright, see you in a second. Hello everyone, we're back from our break. So, picking up with the travel, there are a few things that we would like to get done for this extent of travel. So for starters, we've already had Fish attempt to learn Draconic during this time. Not doing so great. Very very guttural noises that just don't make sense. Aside from that, we have Adamus practicing a new spell with Fish. Now, this is something that can be done over the course of the 2 weeks because it's very basic cantrip. So you can mark that down as learnt. In terms of skill proficiencies and things such as throwing daggers, which I know Trixie wanted to learn, you can definitely start getting that underway. For the hell of it, Trixie, make me it's a dexterity check.
I mean, he's already proficient with daggers anyway, so...
Why the hell? Just for fun. Okay. 9. It's not bad.
I'm rolling bad today.
Yeah. A lot of you are. So, I mean, working on this skill, it's definitely good that you're practicing based on your check there. So you do that for the 2 weeks in between, hunting and talking and stuff like that. Other one was I forget what the other one was. I think it was just Tuckbow left and yes.
Yes.
Alright. Go ahead.
Alright. I'm gonna look around. I'm gonna go up to Adamus and go, thank you for saving my life.
Well, you're welcome. Are you doing alright?
No. But I will be.
Oh, that's good. And learning my new spell. I'm gonna take the pink canisters from their holsters, I guess they would be, and just kind of spray minor illusion in the air of like another version of Tekbo.
Okay. So, based on the limitations of minor illusion, again, it comes up as like a little figurine that have vague semblance to it. Not exact, if I remember correctly. Let me just double check something real quick.
It's a 5-foot cube.
Oh. 5-foot cube.
I mean, it's a still image, but it's.
Okay, yeah, it's fine.
Just looks like a spray painted version of him.
Basically, yeah.
That's really cool. Hey, I got something cool. Do you want to see? And
Yes.
I reach into my bag, and I kind of get through all like, the weapons and like stakes and pots of water, all the monster hunting stuff. I reach down and I pick out what looks like this really like cracked, looking like it's been around, like been played with and destroyed. Porcelain doll's head with eyes that seem to follow you wherever you look. Cool, right?
Very pretty.
I found it on a dead kid.
All right.
That's not ominous at all.
The kid was already.
Away.
I call it Cindy.
I'm gone.
I didn't think things could get any weirder.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you, Trixie. That's pretty fucking weird, Takbo.
Takbo's gonna turn his head, but he's also gonna turn the porcelain doll in his hand. It looks like they're both looking round.
And it got worse. Thank you for that.
Hi.
If that thing continues to stare at me, I am going to launch it somewhere.
He puts it in his back.
At Trixie's saying of that, I just, if I can do it stealthily, I would like to, but if not, I will just the smallest of dancing globes appear behind the doll's eyes and just kind of light up a little bit.
That's really cool.
I was already having nightmares, but
I'm sorry.
yes, tonight's going to be fucking different.
Have y'all?
I'm not scared.
Are we like kind of camping? This is like the evening of the fourth night, right?
It's up to you.
Well, if it is, I would like to say, have any of y'all ever heard of the Jorhasian legend of the killer doll named Chucky?
Immediately interested.
Oh,
No,
dear
I've
God,
never heard of this thing. Teach me.
So, the legend has it a long time ago that there was this serial killer. I forget his name. It was Charles something or another, and he was tracked by the local law enforcement, and was hurt very badly. But he was a little bit of a necromancer himself and transferred his spirit, his soul, if you will, into the body of a doll. Well, the doll was later collected and distributed to a family of a young boy, and the boy was the only one that knew that the doll was alive. But the doll had, over the course of several weeks, hunted down and killed those close to his former life. And it wasn't until the boy's mother found out that it was alive and threw it into a furnace, burning the doll and the spirit alive. For thematrics, I flare the light behind the doll's head, or inside the doll's head, like an intense orange red.
I'd make grab that fucking doll's head.
What? You're trying to grab it?
Yep.
I've put it back in my bag.
Tuckbow, make me either an acrobatics or athletics check. Trixie, make me an athletics check.
Give me a sec. I've just got to look up what I'm better
Korvar,
at.
the stories from your homeland are very strange.
Oh, that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Wait, I cannot wait to hear more.
Oh man.
I sit back and I just look at everyone and just kind of laugh. I kind of chuckle to myself.
you Chucky to yourself.
I chuckle.
Oh man.
Okay. So, alright. Takbo, you managed to quickly dart out of the way as Trixie makes a lunge for the doll.
Mine. He kind of
away now.
he like reaches for like a bottle of water on his side, then kind of just puts his hand down. I was like, okay. You've taken one of my friends, isn't that enough? And he puts it back in.
But that's if he gets up and he fucking leaves.
What?
As Trixie gets up, it was just a story. As long as everyone here knows, I just made that up on the spot. Please don't tell
It's a
Trixie.
good story.
Trixie's gone.
You're just wandering off.
Yep.
Alright. Okay. Well, did you want this to be nighttime? You guys, I assume this was the fourth night.
Yeah, if everyone's cool with it. I mean, this is like a little campfire story. If that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Fourth. Okay. Yeah. All right. Can I get every one of you to make a perception check, please, for the length of the journey?
And we're Corvar's good with the no more disadvantage, right? That's up now.
Yeah, that's done now.
Hey, oh man.
All right.
Not bad.
I won.
Ooh. Ooh.
All right. So, Trixie, do you? Wow.
Be a Bashra.
Trixie, do you eventually come back to the party?
Eventually, when I know that everybody's asleep, and then I'm going to stealthily go into that backpack and I'm going to take that doll and I'm going to just launch it somewhere in the opposite direction.
Okay. Make me a stealth check and a sleight of hand check.
Before that gets too out of hand, are we doing watches for the night, or are we just saying nah to that?
Would we be doing watches every night, or would this just be one of the nights?
That's the kind of the question I'm going for.
Right.
So
I kind of assumed that your perception checks were your overall sort of general keeping an eye out, whether that be during the day or at nighttime. And
okay, cool.
so we're not going to go into micromanaging 2 weeks worth of watches here. Okay, it's just
No, I was just asking.
You got 2 natural 20s. Let's just leave it at that.
Bashra and Fish, man, we're the best team ever.
You're on point, man. You guys are like sentinels.
He's looking one way, I'm looking behind him, and then we just turn and we see everything.
It's like the lighthouse, just like.
Oh man.
Okay, so Trixie, on that night in particular, you do manage to sneak past Takbo, who's fast asleep. However, reaching into the bag, instead of pulling out what you think is the doll, so you pull it out and then you get out of the tent or the space wherever he is, and then you sort of have a look at it, just real quick before you launch it, and you realize it's just some sort of weird matted. You don't even know it's not the doll though. You've just grabbed something different.
place it down next to him so that he's aware that someone has been there.
Okay.
And leave a note saying, next time.
Can I say what it was?
It's infernal.
Go for it.
It was a vial of holy water.
So basically, you pull out like this, what you eventually see to be like this flask with like that matted material around it for like grip and comfort, and it's like, oh, it's a flask. You put it next to him, leave the note, and you go to bed. So during the course of this journey, it would be given your path down south, you go past the Bramblewood Forest towards Westruun. You guys can cut through the forest if you like, which would shave off about 2.5 days, but that's up to you. Most of you know, especially Kel, advises you that forests can be quicker, but they can also be more dangerous than just the solitary paths.
Thank you, Kel, and I don't know about everyone else, but I think that the safer path, maybe a few days longer, is probably preferred at this point. We tend to make things worse when we go to a more dangerous path.
You mean I tend to make things worse?
We, the royal we, you, but we.
Bless you.
Thanks.
Damn, Adamus, you just sneezed? I didn't think you breathed.
That's very strange because I don't have a nose, so
Your accent changed as well again, Adamus.
I just look down at Bashra wherever he goes. I'm not walking, so.
Just to clarify, this is gonna be happening sometimes. It's something I'm really trying to keep a lid on, but like every now and again, if this little spot over here gets damaged ever since the event that happened that caused it in the first place, my voice module tends to change.
I don't know half the words you said. I mean, but I could probably take a look at it as I kind of crack my fingers and kind of...
However much I trust you, I'd prefer you didn't.
I'll take that as a compliment that you actually trust me.
Just kind of on my shoulder.
I'm not being funny. The last person that trusted to be near you ended up fucking dead.
Trixie, I'm not gonna lie. Way to ruin the mood. I hold my hand up. I hold my hand up for like a high five to Trixie. Just way to ruin the mood. No?
Nope.
No? Okay.
Leaves you hanging.
Takbo jumps up and high fives and goes, I felt like someone needed.
That's a hell of a jump tackle.
Okay.
So agreed. Long way around. Long way, not through the forest for the DM. Yep.
All right. So path. Okay. Listen, we don't need images of the Chucky the Drow in D&D. Okay, I'm gonna say this live. It is not a thing, and it won't be. I will smite you. Let it be a legend, and that be it. Okay.
You have two religious sketches right here.
Just hold your pens off, please. Anyway, you guys continue your journey. Look, I could throw a combat encounter anytime. Like, that Tarrasque is just waiting, man.
I'm good.
I can take him.
Distant cousin. Anyway, you guys continue to make your way down the path. It gets to about the 10th day, and you guys are sort of just on like a day past the start of the Bramblewood Forest to your right hand side. Essentially, to get an image of this, the whole path from Joran Village is like a U shape with the mountainside, and the path goes straight through the center, south. And there gets to a point just about where you are now, where the left-hand mountainside sort of dies off somewhat and becomes just sort of like a hilly area before eventually you can see in the distance becoming like grass plains, which some of you know as the dividing plains. To your right, the Bramblewood Forest and the mountain peaks above that you can just see in the distance. However, this particular day, a very, very strong wind picks up. Rain starts spattering down. Becomes basically like a massive windy storm, but there's no lightning, there's nothing else, it's just wind and rain. And the sky doesn't darken, it remains like a very light grey as the faint clouds loom above. You trying to say something there?
Oh.
You're coming through very choppy if you're trying to say something. Nope. Okay. So,
he's sending me a message, so maybe he's sending to translate. Just give it a sec.
I didn't mean to say anything.
oh, okay.
Please.
So, it's during this very windy, uncomfortable, rainy day that you stumble upon probably just about noon in the afternoon. There's something in the distance along the path, and it's like a box shape almost. You can just see in the distance. It's really hard to make out with all the rain battering, but there's something blocking the path up ahead. As you draw closer, do you wish to make any stealth checks as you get closer? Okay, those that wish to make stealth checks.
We're stealthing.
Yeah, stealth is a good idea, I think.
Yeah.
21.
Come on. Give me a low roll.
I think I got you along with my roll.
Nah.
We've got an 8, a 9, and an 11.
Alright.
Fox.
21!
So, you guys start to draw closer, and it's not hard to be quieter in this weather, considering the noise of the rain and the wind hitting everything around you, including yourselves. You draw closer and closer until eventually, through the sort of opaque, vision-blocking rain, you get to a point where you're able to see a little clearer. And you can make out that there's this cart that's been overturned, that's sort of in shambles on the side of the road, that's half into the pathway itself. There seems to be a number of like material things everywhere, boxes scattered, and you can see a figure that seems to be on the rocks just to the left. There's like a little rock surface that's sort of just cropping out of the ground on the left of the path. Seems to be a figure that's on top. You can't tell who or what or anything like that from this distance. They're about 50 feet off. The cart is maybe 30 feet.
Does this figure appear to be holding weapons, or is there like anything of like out of normal besides a cart and a figure?
You'd have to get closer.
I just whisper over to the group. Nothing to see here. It's obviously just a traveling merchant. We can just skirt around it. There's no reason to get involved.
I'm gonna sneak a little closer.
Which I'm in the backpack, so.
Okay.
Okay, let's do this then.
So you're getting closer. So
Very much so, yeah.
as you draw closer, first of all to the cart, you can see a number of what look to be indeed what may have been a merchant's cart or simply a well-stocked traveling group, perhaps. Doesn't seem to be any other bodies around the cart in the immediate vicinity, but there's definitely their items scattered about. There's lots of cloaks and vestments, a couple pairs of boots and stuff that are around. They seem to be relatively dull colors, pretty well made from what you can see. Like there's one pretty much at your feet. You sort of pick it up and it's like, oh, it's a nice shirt, sure. But aside from that, there's bits of these things going everywhere as the wind picks it up and throws it about, kind of like tumbleweed clothes, kind of along the path and stuff. Every now and again, its directions change. Within the actual sort of passenger part of the cart, I guess you could say, there's a couple boxes that are overturned alongside the cart. You can see a bit of shiny bits of gold here and there that seem to be scattered around things like vials and just little boxes of something. You see another box that looks to be full of food. It's getting a good wash, at least with the rain. But as you draw nearer, this close, you can see the figure now on the rocks about 20 feet away from you. And they seem to be cloaked, like hooded. Definitely not, doesn't seem to be enjoying the rain. And they seem to be alive. And they get up, they stand up, and they've got their hands open, just sort of to their side. They don't look like they have any weapons on them. And they walk towards you. They're probably average size, humanoid. As they get about 10 feet away from you guys, you hear a voice call out from them. They say, well, look who it is. And you recognize the voice from a particular female with auburn red hair, as you can see trailing in the bottom lines of the cloak. What brought you guys down here?
Avalanche.
Yes, I did see that. Quite the mess.
You saw that?
Oh yes, I did. I don't know how it happened, but I saw it happen.
I made it happen.
Well done. It's a shame about your own village, though. The town wasn't worth much anyway. Anywho, where are you headed?
Well, we are headed toward Westruun. What except for good company, of course, what brings you this far south?
Well, it's not very far, is it? It's simply a short skip and a jump away for me. But, just exploring, seeing what's out there. Been a while.
It's been a while.
Indeed. I see you've got some new company. Sort of eyes
Yeah.
up Takbo there.
Yeah, well, I made a deal in the Avalanche, so I have to get a replacement.
Hi.
She says in Draconic, "Hello there."
Horrifying Draconic. Oh, sorry.
Please, go
Go on.
ahead.
Hi, I'm Takbo.
Takbo. That's a very nice name. So, little Takbo, what joins you to this party?
They killed my friend and I have no other option.
How tragic.
And I want to go to a restaurant, but I didn't want to go alone.
Oh, Westruun, huh? So,
Yeah.
lots happening over there right now. But, might I ask, what interest do you have, all of you, in Westruun? Are you aware of what's happening?
No, but I've got a feeling you're going to tell us anyways.
How presumptuous.
Well, I mean, no need to be disrespectful for the very powerful ancient dragon. What Trixie meant was, I mean, you obviously decided to show up on our path to impart some very wise knowledge.
Oh, no. I'm just here to hang out.
With friends, of course. But I don't think that none of us know what's going on in Westruun.
It's a shame.
Would you like to tell us?
I don't really feel like it anymore. But I will ask, have any of you heard of the Valley of the Dead?
Have we?
I'd say the only one who's heard of this would be Korrivar.
Is that a roll that because I don't know what. Can you tell me what that is?
You don't need to roll for this. You're not all too familiar. You passed around it when you were heading north. You heard whispers. You didn't do any research on it because it wasn't part of where you were going. But you were told very clearly to stay clear with, by any means necessary.
Was there a reason for that, or is it just kind of like a local thing? Like, it just steer clear of this. You don't really know anything.
For the most part, it was just a message of steer clear and fear whenever it was brought up. There was some hint of a rumor about it being a dark place. But aside from that...
I've heard of it in my travels. I mean, I didn't really do research, but some of the local people's, a few messengers said it's a dark place to be avoided at all costs, but that's about it.
Spineless people would say that, but sure, avoid it, or not. Anyway, I just thought it might be an interesting topic of conversation.
Why?
Oh. Well, let's just say... How do I put this? There are seasonal times within this wonderful little portion of land, and the Valley of the Dead, well, it certainly has its moments.
So, what does the Valley of the Dead have to do with Westruun exactly?
Oh, nothing. Everything. Guess you'll find out.
Sar, I'm we're your friend. You want to be our friends. You obviously like us a lot. If you could give us just a smidgen more information, I would be thankful for it.
How's the search for that item going, by the way?
Reflection. I can understand that. Um, we didn't really get too far into the Umbra Hills before a mountain fell on us, and then we turned back.
Seems about right. So, it sounds like you're a little lost.
Guys,
I'm a little lost in this conversation.
yeah, and I didn't think we were lost at all. We were heading towards Westruun. You mentioned the Valley of the Dead and the item. Are you? I'm not picking up what you're putting down.
Oh, all I'm saying is that you seem to be all over the place, with no discernible direction in life. But that's just me. I've got things to do, places to be.
I thought you said you wanted to hang out.
I do.
I'm very lost.
Question. You said that the cart was like there's stuff that's overturned and there's stuff all over the place. Does the cart still look functional?
Yes.
Okay.
Sar, as much as I love your visit, I still keep coming back to that whole point of you really want to be our friend, because you didn't have, I mean, you really didn't have to check in on this, and as much as I appreciate it, I would like to know what the other shoe is. I mean, what's going on?
So you're using your wits, aren't you, little one? Well,
I try.
you know, it's been a long time since I've had any kind of fun. You guys are a source of entertainment, which I'm thoroughly enjoying. But I'm not enjoying so much certain aspects. And she looks at you, Korovar, and you can see the purple flash through the blue eyes, and you feel a burning sensation on your left arm. And then they return to normal. But aside from that, I think I'll stick around. Let's see how this goes.
I mean, we can't continue to be entertainment if we're dead. So if you've got any extra information...
I mean, there's always necromancers.
Speaking from tribal experience, it may seem dark, but there are times that death is actually very entertaining.
Why would you say that?
Very curious for a goblin.
I'm a goblin. There are those in this world that find the death of others entertaining. I don't agree, and I don't understand, but it does exist. You do well not to underestimate those who enjoy watching those others die.
Wait, hang on. Did you guys say she's a dragon, or was I just not listening correctly.
Yep.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Dragon.
They-
Yeah.
They misspoke. I'm just a little lady, lost and wandering around here. I'm just a friend.
Can
So
I
you're
make
admitting.
Can I-
So you're actually admitting friendship now with us, Sar?
Learn to recognize an act when you see one, Korva.
I mean, if you're just a sweet, innocent person, then I'm just a slightly deformed, regular human being.
Interesting. Interesting thought.
DM, I would like to test something now that I'm looking Sar in the face. I want to the connection between us. I want to pull on it, and I want to channel it a little bit, like a deep kind of like a current.
Okay. You focus on this moat, I guess, this reservoir of some unfamiliar energy within you, connected to a being that you're really not all that familiar with in the first place. And as you stare them in the face, you get this overwhelming sense of power that you could never have dreamed of. And then you get the emotions that come with it. You get that rage, you get the hurt, you get the desire to kill, which you've sensed before, but it seems less so this time. It's about all you feel.
While I do that, almost like turning on a faucet, like feeling it stream out. Was there a noticeable change in Sar's facial expressions, physical posture, anything?
She gave you a side eye as you did so. That's about it.
If I may, just to complete this little test, then now that I'm seeing her face to face, I want to reverse it. I want to, instead of pull, I want to push emotion, based on what you know about my backstory and desires and all that. I want to see if there's again a noticeable difference.
As you release the grip on the pulling of emotion, you begin to send it back, drawing this time from within yourself, the core of yourself. And as you feel it, in a way, leave your conscience, Isitasa look at you. She squints. And she looks around at the rest of you. Well, where to next? Westruun, then? Or do we want to get out of this rain?
You're joining us then.
Oh yes. At least for a while.
With that response, I immediately just retract into the backpack and close it.
Or of our coughs up a little blood. Excuse me.
It seems that some of you are aware what happens when you exert yourself beyond what you are capable of.
I haven't exerted myself yet. That mountain was an accident.
Indeed.
I'm gonna like edge my way over to Karavar and whisper in his ear. So is she like your girlfriend or?
Or something.
Ah. He's just gonna nod and smile and wave as to the.
Well, kind of tired of waiting around here. Let's get a move on.
As we're walking through, Animus is just going to try and do lesser restoration on Korovar. I'm really concerned about the blood thing, like it's bugging me.
Okay.
If I'm perceptive enough, if I see her trying, or Adam is trying to cast any spell towards myself, I'm gonna kind of just take a few, just.
Okay, so you backstep, or do you let it happen?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't let it happen. What are you doing?
I'm trying to help you.
With what?
Well, with that.
Smoking for many years. It's okay.
Cool. Animus will just kind of tap him on the shoulder. He lets that happen. And cast it anyway.
Okay. Make me a spell check for the
Okay.
sake of this.
So what kind of spell check are you looking? So like
It's 8 plus your spell attack modifier.
1d8 plus spell attack modifier would be 6.
It's just 8 plus 6.
Oh, so 14.
14. Okay. Oh, did you roll?
Oh, it's 1d8 plus. Okay.
Sorry, I got it wrong. Yeah, it's not 1d8. It's a spell check. So d20 plus your spell proficiency. My bad. I'm thinking of something else.
Okay, so roll 1d20.
Half of my brain was
plus...
like here, and the half of it was over there.
So just confirming.
Just
1d20
plus spell modifier.
Oh, spell modifier. Okay,
Yes.
cool. 4. Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
10.
I think
Oh, shit.
my brain's like already in combat. It's like spell DC. Anyway.
Shit, there's combat involved.
I mean, it's always on my mind. Alright, so 10. Okay. You tap him with lesser restoration. As you do so, you feel it permeate his body and the energy seep through. And you actually feel it get drawn down to his arm, on his left arm, and then dissipate.
You sure you're alright?
The minute that the spell was released, I reach up and kind of snatch Adamus's arm.
You want to tell us what's happening?
I look around. I look around kind of quickly. Did anyone else see this little exchange?
Well, you're not exactly. You weren't exactly trying to hide it, so I'd say yes.
I was just kind of leaning close, kind of like the Adams's, where I would appear, or what I would think a robot's ear would be. We'll talk later, but I'm fine.
Just drop my hand and continue walking.
Does our dragon friend appear to bring the cart with her?
No, she walked straight past it.
Oh, I'm getting off Basher and I'm gonna go check out that cart and see all the goodies.
Alright, make an investigation check.
Give me things.
We'll join in on this.
Sorry?
We'll join in on this.
Alright, investigation check.
7. I get the 7.
Fish, you find about 25 gold pieces worth within the remnants of the cart. You find a health potion, and you find bits and pieces such as soap, a few clothes, and other sort of vestments. Trixie, you
Completely. Okay. Go ahead.
Sorry, you find a bit more gold, about 12 gold pieces on your end, just sort of lifting up things that Fish hadn't. And you find a necklace that is actually has a locket on the end. It seems that it's one of those ones that opens. Other than that, it's simple, clothes and basic stuff.
I obviously take the gold. I completely ignore the soap. And I take the healing potion, and I don't know what kind it is, but I walk up to Korovar and hold it up and say, maybe this'll help.
You don't.
And I give it to him.
Thank you very much. That will most certainly help as I put the healing potion in my bag.
I don't know what kind it is, but it's Korovar's now. And I'll get back in my backpack.
Okay.
I'll take the gold, and I'll also pocket the necklace.
Okay. All right. So, you guys continue to make your way along the path, with Tassar in your company.
I would like to be at the very end, putting a few people between me and Sar right now. And over this little walk, Korvar is weirdly quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Trixie will join you in the rear, as he's been doing the entire journey, being at the rear, but will just also be silent.
Okay. So, bless you.
Thanks.
You continue along the path for the remainder of basically 14 and a half days, and you come eventually to the round a bend where in the distance you see this large grey stone walled city tucked away more or less within, surrounded by forest in the rear, and then the dividing plains stretch across the front. And up ahead, smooth sailing. The weather is cleared up now. By this point, it's nice and sunny. Still cold, but sunny. It's definitely slightly warmer and a little bit more humid than it was at the base of a mountain, tucked within Joran village. But you continue your way to Westruun. Upon reaching nearer to the gate, about maybe 200 feet off the gate, Tassar looks at you all and says, well, this has been fun. I have to go now, but I'm sure I'll see you later.
Okay.
Would you not care to enter the city with us and maybe grab a drink?
As tempting as that sounds, Koravar, I have other places to be, and I've already been here. So, it's time to continue my journey.
DM. So I know that for the backstory that Korvar knows about the Coma Conclave, the dragons, and everything else. Specifically, the black dragon that attacked Westruun. What was his name?
Her name.
Make a history
Her
check.
name. Okay. 16.
Trying to recall stories and tales about this event. If you don't remember.
Okay, with that, so that'll take a second. I do just no. Sorry, you said you've been here before. Um, you don't have anything to do with the Chroma Conclave, do you?
For the first time during this journey, you hear a loud, guttural snort that can only come from the belly of a dragon. And she looks at you and she says, "What an insult to our kind. I despise Thordek. May his bones perish forever." But anyway, I'll be off. Ta-ta. And she just into smoke and disappears.
Your girlfriend's really scary, I said to Corifer.
Most definitely not my girlfriend.
I use my stone connection with Basher and just in Draconic think that woman is danger.
Well, I mean, that's a dragon, not a woman. All dragons are dangerous.
Like her.
Hey?
I don't like her.
Oh.
Korvar just whispers to himself, "What the fuck did I do?"
We've all been whispering that to you since you did it.
Korvar, do you not
Yes,
get
Trixie.
any inkling of when she's going to turn up? Like, do you not have the tiniest bit of inkling when she might turn up? Because if you do, could you let me know so I can go in the opposite direction?
That's a very good question. I'll return that. Do you have the inklingest thought or feeling whenever you're about to fuck something up?
I'm going to go find an inn. And I'm off again.
That's a good that's a good idea.
I'm gonna run after Trixie.
Okay.
Just follow.
Alright, so Trixie storms on ahead and Takbo follows. So you guys start making your way towards the gate of Westruun. Trixie, Takbo catches up with you. Did you wish to say something, Takbo?
No, I wanted to get away from Corifer because he summons a scary dragon.
Okay. Alright, well, you two are the first to reach the gates, which appear to be locked, and there are guards outside. And as they see you approach, you can see that they're dressed in this sort of pale white armor with gold trim and two red eyes in the center of the symbol, where there's a few stars dotted around. They say, "Who goes there?"
Just some weary travellers in need
Weary travellers
of an inn.
that came from their own village in absolute desperate need
Joran.
of respect.
I don't like the look of you. Why is there a kobold here?
I've been asking myself the same thing since he arrived.
Is he your slave?
I'll look at the kobold. I'll look it down. I'll look back at the kobold. He's my slave.
They give a wide sweep of looking all of you up and down.
I wave.
What is your business here within the city?
To go to an inn, to have a nice thing called sleep, and then probably leave.
You said Joran, didn't you?
Stock up on supplies. And yes, I did.
From the north. What do you make of this? I don't know. I mean, not from the south, so I guess they can be trusted.
Joran village is gone.
What do you
Flattened in
mean
an
it's
avalanche.
gone? What?
We are the remaining survivors of that place. We just want somewhere to rest so we can move on and find somewhere.
What do you mean the remaining survivors? Joran's still there. Has been for hundreds of years.
Yeah, the last survivors are us, and the reason we're coming south from there is because it's gone.
What? You're making no sense.
Yeah. It was an avalanche.
An avalanche
Correct.
over Joran village.
Yes.
Yeah.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm gonna. Can I just look to them and please help us? And can I use my Heart of Darkness feature from being a haunted one?
Hang on, let me check that.
I don't know. I just wanted to. Just checking if it's work. I'm not familiar with it that much.
Is it everybody involved making one, or just one of us?
It's either Korva and Trixie, or it's one of you with advantage.
I've got a +5. Should I try and improve it, or do you want to take an advantage, Corva?
He disappeared.
His screen just went black. It's weird.
Black. Yeah.
Corva?
His girlfriend showed up.
And he's
Oh.
gone.
Yep,
There he is.
she got him.
No.
Rip, Korvar. Rip.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. My whole screen just cut off, so that was weird.
Shot carried over, and now
I've got
Korovar's
+5
shadow.
to persuasion. We can either roll separately, or you can roll with advantage. What would you prefer?
I'll roll again. Not bad.
I
It's a 15.
don't know what to say. How? An avalanche? That's unheard of.
Yeah, it was weird. Some weird force of Arcana origin caused the side of the mountain come down, almost killed us, swept over the village, and we've been traveling the last like 2 weeks to get here.
Great. Just what we needed on top of our current problems.
Okay. There's 2 questions there. Easy one. Have you seen the Shade Master toward Joran Village come through this gate at all?
Yeah, she's having a meeting with the Margrave. Why?
Just checking. And 2, I forgot what 2 was. Thank you very much.
What seems to be the problem in Westruun? We could help.
You know.
That was the other question. Yes.
Just he kind of looks at the other guy. The other guy kind of just goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, we've been having a bit of trouble with some ghouls that seem to wander north of the Valley of the Dead. They seem to be, for some reason, attacking Westruun in very odd patterns."
Well, this small one here, and he goes ahead and points to the kobold, is very good at dealing with undead.
That and
I
I
kill
don't.
them for a thing.
I don't suppose these ghouls are originating from the Valley of the Dead, are they?
That's what we suppose. They're coming from the south.
I would very much like to talk to them.
Look, if you want to go to the Valley of the Dead, you're more than welcome to. But as it stands, Westruun has got its hands full. Every night there seems to be an incursion. We always fight them off, but they always come back the next day. Either more or different ones, we never tell. There's currently a stack of them around the back that we keep for the burning block. We burn them every night. But it's unfortunate considering that they're, well, obviously fallen people, corrupted, raised unnaturally. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Hate to
An
disrespect
incursion
them.
of what?
Incursion. They attack.
Yes. What are they?
Ghouls. Why don't you listen in?
Apparently not.
Do they attack villagers, or
Oh,
is it just
anything they
random?
can. They seem to head straight for the wall and claw at the wall until some of us come out there and deal with them. Sometimes they manage to get one of us, but we try to maintain a safe distance. They sometimes come in larger groups, though. Those are harder to deal with.
Has any through to the city yet?
No, not at all. It's just peculiar considering how mildly intelligent ghouls usually are. You'd think that they'd be able to find a door.
Is there any? I don't know how it works here in Westruun, but is there any call for help for a group of adventurers trying to earn a little coin to assist?
Huh. Well, I'm sure the Margrave would pay you handsomely if you could stop this from happening. But I tell you now, you most likely have to venture into the Valley of the Dead for that. And well, looks over. They both chuckle. I don't think you want to be doing that, and I don't think we'll be seeing you anytime soon. At least not in living form anymore.
Question. You said that the Valley of the Dead is south of Westruun, correct?
Oh yeah. Just down that path there.
Out of character, have I traveled near there? Not through there, but near? Making my way north to Westruun?
No, this was a different route.
Okay. Never mind. I'm still in the backpack, so I don't like people in Westruun knowing there's a goblin. Didn't work out well last time.
And the Margrave's house is just follow the signs, I'm guessing.
Well, you'd need to make an appointment first with obviously the people that we deal with, advisors and whatever they are. I don't even remember. I don't really care. But just head up to the north of the city there, over there. Just head straight in through the doors and just ask them for when you can see them. It's pretty busy though. I wouldn't expect to have an appointment for at least 3 days.
Okay.
Well, that gives us plenty of time to rest, recuperate, and resupply.
Sure.
Which speaking of that good guard, any good inns specifically around the area? Any that you would recommend?
Let's see. Well, my personal favorite is the Cracked Stone, but it's a bit of a walk from the barracks. But if you're looking for something fancier, then, well, you probably head over to the southern quadrant, I guess. I'm sure there's something there. If you're heading for something rougher, well, stick to the west side. Must be coming from the flu.
Yeah, you should really probably get that checked. But you said the cracked stone, not too far away from the barracks.
Oh no, it's a little
That's like-
ways away from the barracks. That's why I'm saying I usually stay the night there, just because I don't like the walk at night.
But you said that you normally prefer the cracked stone, right?
The cracked stone, yes.
I give him a wink and I said, maybe we'll see you there later tonight.
Well, sure. Although I think I've got a cold coming down.
No need to
I
be.
might be taking the day off tomorrow. Alright. You can pass through.
No need to blush there, good sir.
He ignores you and turns around. He clicks, and you see, as you look above, like the, what do they call it? Is it the palisade? No, the thing, the wall.
The battlements?
Yeah, the battlements. That's all. Ramparts, battlements, same thing. At the top, there you see a number of guards dressed in similar attire, and then, interestingly enough, you catch a glimpse of a few different uniformed guards that are sort of posted on the outskirts. They seem to be more stationary, holding bows and arrows, and you notice a familiar color to the Shade Watch standing up the top there. But you see the gates lift up and open, and you're granted entry to the city of Westruun.
I'll lean kind of close to Adam as we kind of go underneath the gate. I just wanted just for my own personal thoughts and everything. Did he actually blush, or did he actually appear sick?
I think he liked you.
I still got it as I kind of.
As we're passing through, just whichever guard we were just talking to, I'll just quickly try and catch his attention. Excuse me, sir. I've never been here before, but is there a bathhouse?
Aren't you a little metal?
Don't you worry about it, man.
Oh, alright. Well, look, if you're looking for something to put your feet in, there's there's the local pond, not too far from here, maybe about 10 minutes walk. Otherwise, if you're looking for an actual bathhouse, though I wouldn't recommend it for you, just because, but if you really insist on it, then there's one. It's actually not too far from the cracked stone, to be honest. A lot of us like to clean up before our evening's rest.
I appreciate your concern. Thank you. And I'll continue walking.
Hey, before you go there, not to be rude or anything, but, where's your creator?
Lord only knows.
Okay. Well, as long as he's not with you, then that's fine.
Why would that be a problem?
Oh, just because, the war and everything kind of left a bit of a scar on the land. You don't like to see that kind here.
I see. Well, I don't know where they've gone to, so not a problem.
Alright. Enjoy the bathhouse. He turns away.
Thank you. Catching up with everybody.
Alright. You enter and you hear the chains of the gate as it closes.
I'll finally peek my head out and look around.
It's quite a nice city from first glance. The streets are clean. There's sort of like there is a little bit of mud, but it's sort of in the grooves of this cobblestone streets there, and a wonderful smell of baked goods seems to drift into each of your nostrils. A smell that you haven't smelt in at least a month now. And aside from that, you see the lamplit streets. Even though it's daylight, there's still every lamp is lit along all the residential houses on the outside lining the street, and then further up you can see where some of the goods stores seem to be operating. You can see some smoke in the distance from a number of chimneys where they're either residential homes making fires to keep warm, or it's blacksmithies, or it's whatever it may be. And the city is yours to explore.
Well, I've got an idea. What does everyone else want to do?
I would like to know what a bathhouse is.
Well, let's go see, shall we?
I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of particular about going and sitting in the cracked stone for a little bit.
Before or after?
Before or after what? I can't give you a. I could, I kind of look myself up and down. A bath wouldn't be. I do rub my left arm. A bath wouldn't be bad.
Let's go then.
Alright, so you guys are all heading towards the bathhouse?
Yeah.
Might as well.
I
I'm
am
gonna
curious
look
what
over
it is.
at Korrivar. What's a bathhouse?
Just before
It's,
he answers, I'm just gonna put my head over his mouth and just. It's a fun place where we get to do fun things. Just come along.
Oh, that's like fun.
That's actually better than what I was going to say.
Like a fighting pit?
In a
I
way
mean-
of speaking.
For paying customers, yes.
Completely confused. He doesn't know what to do.
I heard
But you
that
know
one
what,
once.
But actually, can I, Fish, are you sticking out underneath the backpack?
Just my head is like looking around.
Oh,
Just
because
like I'm constantly looking for guards.
I only need to see you, as I would like to cast prestidigitation on you.
You see
Clean.
the top part of his head, like the because you're bald, aren't you?
It doesn't work. I failed
Yeah.
that check.
So
I have a bald head with a crown of forks.
so it does. Oh, it doesn't work. Yeah, that's right. So momentarily, you see the glimpse of a shine above his head as prestidigitation starts to take effect, and then you feel it disconnect and wear off. There's like this one little spot on his head that's just like this shiny patch.
Yeah.
I probably noticed the light, but I don't notice the patch, and I'm just confused.
Korvar, for the next few minutes towards the bathhouse, hangs his head and just kind of repeats himself for a little bit. I am the worst wizard ever.
Oh, buddy.
Can't even clean a goblin, dude. Come on, man.
One
There's
wizard.
so much dirt to clean.
There's one wizard in existence that cannot cast prestidigitation.
It's unheard of.
Most I know don't summon scary dragons a lot of the time.
Well, you know, I don't really summon her. Let's just not talk about that right now.
He did bond with her once though, which I think is scary.
Ew.
Yeah.
I don't think that means what you. No, it's not like quite like that. Are we almost in the
later
bathhouse?
that day, he bonded with an elf too.
Fish, let's not go there right now.
Yeah. Broad
Who then died?
Let's not go there either. Are we at the bathhouse yet?
Yeah.
As a side note, Trixie's looking out at any posters. If you catch my drift. If not, I'll DM you about it.
Perception check.
wanted Dead or Alive stuck in my head, and the urge to sing it right now is killing me.
Wanted, dead or I can't. Sorry.
I'm a cowboy.
You don't notice any wanted posters up. In fact, there are very few posters up in general around this place. As you guys are walking through the cobblestone streets, smelling all these goods and delights as people are passing by, you notice that quite a few people here seem to be either half orc or half elves. There's a mix of everything, but it seems that that's the majority. Passing through some of the goods stores, you can see things like tailors, see things like butchers and general goods, things like that. You see a smithy, a Fletcher, and continuing along, following the guard's partial directions, you manage to get a sense of where the bathhouse is. Turning down a couple side streets, you manage to find this little quadrant of what look to be like salons and bathhouses, that kind of thing, where people go to get clean.
Does this appear to be like the upscale, like nice quadrant, or the kind of more of a downtrodden?
It's closer to the Margraves, so it definitely seems more upper class.
I think I knew a. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I said I was just gonna enter the building.
Okay. So, picking one of the buildings, the one that says "Ye Old Bathhouse." No, it says Bath and Towel. It's a simple bathhouse. Bath and Towel. You enter, and with your sort of metal body creaking a little bit as you enter, especially the humidity sort of getting absorbed through your joints. What looks to be an elven woman sits at the wooden bar, I guess, there, sort of raises her head as the door opens. Hello there. Yes? Oh.
Hello.
Yes.
Do you
Can I help you?
do you have any private bathrooms?
Yes. The yes, indeed. Bathrooms. We do have private and we have public facilities. What would be your fancy?
Private would be better.
Private in that we are all a.
Oh, hello.
We're all a group. We'd like our own private, intimate setting, if you will.
For
I want my own bath.
Well, for everyone who'd like to come with me, I don't mind sharing.
That's the whole point of a bathhouse, right? We all get naked in front of each other and we take a bath. I mean, that's the thing.
That's exactly it.
That's
I'm
generally
currently
what you
naked
do,
right
yes.
now.
Wait, what? We do what?
Oh, hello, person.
I reek, by the way, so if she's offended by that, most likely.
Grabs like
but...
a little hand towel from the thing, slowly just raises it. We do have larger private bathhouses, and we have the bathrooms, and we do have the smaller ones for the single or double occupancy. The larger ones can fit about 6 people, and the
Perfect.
private ones, the private small ones, at least they fit, like I said, 1 or 2, depending on your sizes. My apologies. I think I've got an allergy coming down.
Yeah.
So the larger ones, they run about a silver piece for a couple hours, and the smaller ones run about 5 copper pieces.
I slide a gold piece over real fast.
Oh.
We would like the largest. We have I believe it's 8 with us, to include Kel, and if good old Plink is still with us. And we would like that for at least a couple hours. We've been traveling for a good 14 days, as per the smell.
Well, with this, you can certainly have the biggest that we have on offer. Yes.
Would you like to include the premium service with this?
What's
Can you
the premium service?
Yes, that.
Well, it comes with our finest towels and assortments of toiletries. It also comes with our finest, what do we like to call, handmaidens to attend your needs, such as...
I give another gold piece. Yes.
Very well. How many handmaidens would you like?
Yes.
Very good, sir. All right. Just head on down that passageway just there, and at the very end, turn right. It's the very last room, and you'll find it meets all of your needs and requirements. I will send some handmaidens your way very shortly, as well as some complimentary wine.
You are the greatest thing since the Divine Gate.
I'm not sure what that means, but no worries.
I'm quite happy to have my own private bath, so I'm going to slide over one, the quietest one you've got.
He means he's with us, and if the handmaidens can escort him to us.
Well,
No.
Absolutely not.
There's wine.
So, well, as I said, 5 copper pieces for our private single or double rooms, and I believe it would be covered with the payment that your friend here has given me. So, if you wish to pay that extra, then be my guest. But
Quietest one as far away from them as possible.
right, very well. Well, that would be just this one on the corner here.
That will do fine.
Very well. Anything else?
I think we're good.
Very well. Just make your way on down the corridor there, as I mentioned. Oh, and sir, as you guys are sort of walking down the corridor, she grabs your attention. Might I have a private word with you, just quickly?
Me? Little old me?
Yes, you performed the payment, so I must inform you of something.
Okay.
So you pull to the side as the rest of you continue down.
Yes, I've heard this before. You don't like my kind around here. It's my skin. I got it.
Oh no, it's not that. We have quite a few drow actually come through here. But your goblin friend there, I don't think I need this anymore, apologies. So your goblin friend there, we do have what we like to call a bath bomb, if that might help. We've had a few goblin patrons come through, or rather masters with goblin slaves that want to be cleaned up. And as you know, goblins do not like water. So
Give us 2.
Very well. Well, she reaches under the bench there. She pulls out 2 large, compact, what looks like soap. You're not quite sure. It just looks like compact soap. Gives it to you, and she says, "All right. So, basically, the way you handle the goblins, we have a very special room for them, as they don't like the sight of water. So, on the left, just across and adjacent from yours, you'll find a special pool there that is covered by a blanket. It looks very inviting to goblin kind. Get them to stand on that, and at that moment there is a lever on the left hand side, very subtle, just looks like a door handle. Pull that once they're in the center, and then throw in the bath bomb."
You know, I can get behind that. Is your name Yzma, by the way?
No, I find that quite insulting.
I apologize. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Now we'll take both this. How many handmaidens are coming? Just so I know.
Well, for the amount of money that you have paid, I'd say I'd send about 4.
Massages and all the.
Oh.
Yep.
Sir, you get the deluxe package.
Thank you very much. it's been a long, hard road these last few days, and yeah, we just need to relax. Yeah, thank you.
Of course, our handmaidens are very skilled at easing the tension.
Thank you very much. It's just down this way. It's right here.
It's just on the right, at the end there.
Thank you very much.
All right. All right. Well, given the state of things, I think we're going to leave the session off there. We'll pick that up next week for the cleansing of the goblin. Call it the Great Cleansing. And yeah, it's
I have spent so many years collecting all of this dirt and blood for nothing.
Will Karavar make the maidens uncomfortable? Find out next time.
Alright. Oh, man.
Will Trixie get his bath in peace, or is someone going to disturb him? Find out next time.
I'm gonna throw the doll's bed.
Yeah, throw it. See what happens.
I am going to drag Trixie back into the main bath. I'm going to bomb the goblin. We're going to have a grand old time.
Leave Trixie alone.
Yeah, leave Trixie alone.
I don't believe I can get any more naked. I'm already like 89% naked.
Sister.
You'll have to take off the backpack. Like, that's a big deal.
Yeah, that's true. I guess I should take off that.
Chuck in the backpack.
I'm gonna have to walk.
That's going to be funny whenever Bosher shows up, and we're all going to be like, are you ready for the bath? Yeah, I mean, I've been ready this entire time.
I'm always ready.
Excuse me while I take
down.
off my armor,
Here's
and
under
then
the
like
water.
the lizard folk scales just kind of get taken off, and then he's like a normal person. Everyone just gets really uncomfortable.
Just like this really pale and pink skin, like really thin.
It's secretly
frame.
dead.
Yeah.
It's
Plot
like
twist.
secretly
I'm a
dead.
120-pound guy inside that whole shell.
The three kobolds in a trench coat.
Yeah. Three
Man.
It's that
kobolds
same
in a trench coat.
comfort level as the original design for Sonic in the Sonic movies. Just something's not quite right.
Yeah. Alright, thank you guys for watching. I hope this has been entertaining, and we'll see you next time on Dungeons and Dice Masters.